Hi, my name is Fiona Njeri, and you are watching the Zingi Women, an environmental show that is strengthening climate action by promoting gender equality.
Hello everyone, my name is Bernard Muhia. Welcome to the Zingi Environmental Series.
Hi, my name is Wangui Kimani, and this particular show is called the Zingi Women.
Now our goal is to strengthen climate action by promoting gender equality, and we do this by highlighting the stories of female conservationists like Wangui, who are doing a fantastic job in the pushing back against climate change. So Wangui, I'm curious to know, how did you find yourself in environmental conservation?
I think it's passion. From when I was a little kid, I grew up somewhere in Muranga, and our village was actually green. Like I didn't see the harsh environment side of it. So now moving to Nairobi when I was I think in Form 1, now I started living with my mom. I saw now the non-green side of the environment, and then I decided that actually I was like, nikimaliza Form 4, I will definitely go to environment. And then after Form 4, I joined campus, and I have a group of friends, they're also into conservation. So they decided we do like a campaign sensitizing people about how we should conserve the environment. I think that is how I actually ventured now into conservation back in campus.
And you're founder Conservation Warriors and a member of Spice Warriors. Tell me about Conservation Warriors.
So Conservation Warriors, generally it's a group of friends where we came together, and the first thing was like we wanted to fight to collaborate with SDG 2, that is no poverty. So what we did, we went to visiting children's home, feeding the street families, and then we saw, why don't we do this and also do climate action? In every children's home that we go, we plant a fruit tree, and that is how we started. A group of 4, we were 4 friends, and then we went to 7, 12, now we are about 20. Yeah.
What excites you about the environment?
Nature itself. Yeah. I think nature is, apart that it comes from God, it's God-given. I think nature itself is a beautiful thing to explore. Yeah, if only we conserve it. Yeah.
What 3, either a project, an award, or an accomplishment that you can list for us that you're most proud of?
I think my best achievement so far, we started this year, and around June, during the World Environmental Day, we were called to partner with Kegumo constituency, the award called Kahumbu. They were doing a tree planting in their forest called Kahumbu Forest, and we were among the co-partners. And we were so happy, like you imagine you're 3 months to now everyone knowing you, and then you're being called, come help us conserve Kahumbu. It was an honor for us. Yeah.
What in your opinion can be done to increase the role played by women in conservation?
I think campaigning, sensitizing people, let the people know, because there is that people don't know about the dangers of climate crisis. People know, it's the ignorance that people have. So I think when we can do like a sensitization where we mobilize more people and then create awareness of the dangers that we have if we don't conserve the environment.
What are these dangers?
One, we can see right now we are facing climate crisis, global warming, floods, droughts. They are everywhere, especially drought in our countries. It's rising up so high. So yeah.
Then what simple steps can everyone take in their daily lives to push back global warming?
First is grow a tree. Do not plant. There's a difference between planting and growing. You can plant like 1 million trees but only grow 2. So you have to grow trees. The moment you grow the tree and think now, the rest will now. The moment we do the reforestation, that's the first key thing that now we are going to do to cover up the global warming.
So we are speaking to Wangui Kimani, founder, Conservation Warriors, and member of Spice Warriors. You can support this show either using M-Pesa Global, MoneyGram, Western Union, Skrill, or any other service. The details are in the description below, and your support will help us interview indigenous women who are often based in rural areas. So let's take a short break. We'll be back with Wangui shortly. Welcome back. We are still here with Wangui Kimani, conservationist extraordinaire. So I want to bring out the hard questions.
Yeah.
COP26 just happened. What are your thoughts on it?
I don't know. For me, I felt that it was just a conference because we have had COP1 up to now we are 26. We have not seen any changes. I would like to echo Greta. Greta said there was a time she said that we want climate justice and we want it now. The leaders they just talk empty promises. I think it's high time they just walk their talk. They talk and then you see how we say kusema na kutenda. I think it's high time they do that because I believe that next year bado kutakuwa na COP27 and the things they discussed in COP26 we are waiting to see if they will actually action them. They put them into action. So my thought is it was just a conference. We are just waiting for the result and then was it a conference or was it something worth it? So yeah.
Do you think gender equality was achieved at the COP?
I would say yeah. Okay, I never attended COP26, so I don't know those who attend. I think that question can be answered by the people that actually attended COP26. Yeah.
And the 1.5 degrees Celsius rate. Do you think it's doable?
I think when all of us join together and we all have that one goal, that one aim to fight climate crisis, I think everything can be achievable. We can say it is impossible until we do it. Something is impossible, even if you don't do it, it will be impossible. But if you start it, it will be possible. The journey of success begins with one step. So if everyone comes together, I think it's doable.
In this case, the journey of 1,000 steps begin with one tree.
Yeah, true. Yeah, for us to achieve the 1.5, I think we have to start growing one tree and then everything else comes back.
And they also promised to end deforestation by 2030. Mm-hmm. You see it happening?
I will say again, if the leaders actually put in place and show us that yes, we are serious, this is going to happen, it will also, deforestation can end. That is if all of us agree that yes, this is what we want. We have seen the dangers and the effects of climate crisis. Yeah, it can be done. Yeah.
I like us to switch to renewable energy and speak about solar energy. Are we doing enough to promote solar energy?
I think so. Okay, I'm sorry to disappoint, but myself, I don't use solars. But I think it's achievable. I think we can do solar energy. I think our country is somewhere. Yeah.
And electric cars?
I've seen somewhere there is a car they call it Nopea Ride. It's an electrical car and it's something of the Uber stuff, and they're actually doing well. So if the government can actually invest into electric cars, I think we can be somewhere into fighting the emission of CO2. Yeah.
You've mentioned the government investing. countries pledged 100 billion in climate finance. Is that a big figure, too big?
I think first they promised. I won't say it's an empty promise because they have actually promised so many times, and yet they are empty promises. I think unless now we see this is the money, it's actually happening. I think it's not too big for the climate thing, because I think the government should actually not only saying but also doing. If they say they give 1 billion shillings to fight the climate change, where is that money? Because they will say, and then when you go to the Ministry of Environment, they are like, we never saw that money. We never saw that money. So I think if they say, they do. Yeah.
Now, let me come back to you. How does the next 5 years look like for you in conservation?
In terms of conservation, I think it's going green. If with the efforts that the young people, the young youth activists are putting in, we will be somewhere. We'll have, if not achieved like 100%, we'll be somewhere 70 for the going green challenge. Yeah.
And what can people do to bring that closer?
One thing is campaign and join like environmental groups. If you feel that you don't want to join environmental groups, then use social media. Use social media to campaign, to sensitize people, because 90% of the youths, they dwell on social media. So when you put that campaign on social media, I believe now everyone will become interested. What is climate action? What can we do? I think if you can't be you can't be in an environmental group, use social media to the advantage of fighting the climate crisis.
What challenges do women specifically face in conservation efforts?
One is that I think we are underestimated, if I will put that way. I'll give an example from experience. There was a certain place that we went, and then they had not dug the holes for now planting the trees. And then I asked for a jembe to actually now dig the hole. And then one man said, we msichana, kweli utaweza? Like that means that you're a lady, you cannot like dig a hole. It's a man's job. And then you're like, I'm into conservation, so I know how to dig a hole. I am strong enough to do this thing. So I think majorly that's the challenge, like someone underestimating you. You see, I think that's the challenge. And then also when you like tell a person that can you stop littering the ground, and then they are like, hey, you're just a little kid from yesterday, you're like my daughter, so you're telling me. You see, I think that is the challenge that we face. You tell like person, can you collect that plastic bottle that you have thrown, and they're like, you're like my daughter, utaniambia nini? I think that's the challenge mostly.
And do you find women and girls, complaining that conservation efforts or cleanups will mess up with their makeup and beauty?
No, actually it's the society now that puts the negativity in us. Someone who has like woken up in the morning and decided to do their makeup, for sure they know they are going for a cleanup and they are comfortable with the makeup. So when you go to the cleanup, it's actually the people behind you. You'll find them saying that, will she be able to clean the river with the makeup? Will she be cleaning? And then she starts wiping up the makeup. For that person, for me having that makeup, I know I have the makeup. I know I'm in Nairobi River cleaning. It's not a bother to me, but it's you that you maybe will make me now realize, I have makeup. I was not supposed to come with the makeup, but for me, I'm comfortable with the makeup. So yeah.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. We've been speaking to Wangui Kimani, founder, Conservation Warriors, and also a member of Spice Warriors. So you can support this show by using PayPal, MoneyGram, Skrill, or any other service, and your support will help us interview indigenous women who are often based in rural areas, women who are doing conservation efforts. My name is Bernard Muhia. This has been the Zingi Environmental Series, and this particular show has been the Zingi Women. We'll leave you with the 4 R's of conservation: reuse, reduce, refuse, and recycle. All right, bye.
Bye.